Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we some Call of Duty Advanced Warfare of all games. Advanced Warfare. This is a very old gameplay. This is a gameplay that I just found randomly on my PC. It was just sitting in a folder somewhere, and I was yet to delete it. And I figured, hey, that would be a very interesting gameplay for today's video, which is going to be discussing Call of Duty 2017, which of course is going to be the next game from Sledgehammer. And of course, Advanced Warfare was the first game that we got from Sledgehammer Games ever since they entered the Call of Duty development cycle. Will we ever see a World War II Call of Duty game again? That is the big question that I want to cover in today's video, and I'm going to be bringing up an article from 2014, yes, 2014, when GamesCentral sat down to interview Sledgehammer Games co-founder Michael Condrey about their current game, which at the time was Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. GamesCentral sat down and they began talking about time periods that Call of Duty was set in. He mentions World War II, modern and futuristic games are well established within the Call of Duty series, but what about the Korean War? What about the Vietnam War, or even older conflicts than that? Condrey then mentions that in his personal opinion, World War II pieces are some of his favorites in entertainment. He later says, and I quote, "So yeah, I think a next generation game with the latest production values and robustness in a World War II setting like Band of Brothers would be amazing." Now, how would it play and how would the multiplayer work after the new movement system set in Advanced Warfare? That's a tougher question than I've had to tackle yet. So we do know that Sledgehammer Games co-founder Michael Condrey loves a World War II setting. He also kind of talks about, this is just kind of a little jab on my part, I suppose. I have no hate against Condrey or anything. I'm just saying he's talking about how the multiplayer would work after the new movement system in Advanced Warfare. It makes it seem like he thought that the Advanced Warfare exosuit movement system would be like the new gold standard for Call of Duty, that every single game was going to be like that going forward, which obviously wasn't going to be the case. Black Ops 3 had a similar system, but was a bit different, and Infinite Warfare has a similar system to Black Ops 3, but of course it's going to be different than that, so every year it's going to be a little bit different, but he may have been talking about the precedent, I suppose, that Advanced Warfare set with a new movement system of some description. But we also know that originally Call of Duty 2014 was rumored to be a World War I game. Those rumors turned out to be completely false, as it was actually Advanced Warfare, the farthest thing from World War I possible. That's why I say with every leak and piece of rumored information that goes around here on the internet, just to always take it with a grain of salt, because remember back to COD 2014, when everybody thought it was going to be a World War I game, that turned out to be Advanced Warfare, the furthest thing from World War I. Just take everything with a grain of salt when it comes to leaks and rumors. You never know what's going to be happening. The big question is it possible for COD 2017, the next Sledgehammer game, not this upcoming game in 2016, which we know is going to be Infinite Warfare, is it possible for the game after that to be World War II? I would say maybe, although I would also say it's highly doubtful, but hear me out on this one. The reason Sledgehammer was brought into the fold in the first place was to make the Call of Duty development cycle a 3-year-long one, rather than just a 2-year-long development cycle. Originally, Treyarch and Infinity Ward would put out a brand new game each year respectively, and that didn't give them a lot of time to polish or innovate their games before launch. The theory was, by adding Sledgehammer to the fold, that every dev studio, including Sledgehammer, would have an extra year to work on their game. This means that Sledgehammer Games has been working on COD 2017 since Advanced Warfare released. The game itself is a year and a half into its 3-year development cycle at the time this video being recorded, which means that it's probably halfway finished. Now, of course, that's not exactly how game development works, nor do I really claim to know exactly how game development works, but I think it's safe to assume that by the halfway point in the development cycle, that they've at least nailed down the theme and the setting of the game. It's possible that they've gotten word from Activision to scrap their idea and quickly put together a World War II, Vietnam, or Korean War game, and if they were to have done that just a couple of months ago, then Sledgehammer would have had just about as much time to put together this game as Treyarch and Infinity Ward did back before the 3-year development cycle, although I really doubt that would be the case. I really doubt Activision would say, alright, scrap everything you got, make it World War II, because the Battlefield 1 trailer is going insane and we need some of that money. I doubt that would happen. I just really don't see that as a possibility, but it would be possible, I would say, that this entire time they've been working on a classic World War or Vietnam shooter. That's possible. It would certainly be a stark contrast for their first game, Advanced Warfare. Will we ever see a World War II game in Call of Duty again? I think we will. I really do. I think that we will. Someday this futuristic fad is going to fade, but I really don't foresee a World War II Call of Duty game happening before Call of Duty 2018, which would be the next Treyarch game. Infinity Ward is making Infinite Warfare here in 2016. Sledgehammer is working on something for 2017, but it's already halfway through its development cycle, so I doubt it's going to be World War II unless that was the original plan going into it. But then in 2018, I can see Treyarch perhaps going back to an older World lore and starting a new story with new characters. Time will tell, but fans have been super vocal with their opinions on futuristic settings in Call of Duty as of late, especially with the Battlefield 1 trailer and the Infinite Warfare trailer. And I have to imagine that if these guys actually stick to their guns and speak with their wallet, that we will see a classic Call of Duty game enter this series sooner rather than later. Although that I will say a World War II Call of Duty game doesn't seem to be on the horizon for the next couple of years, but that's just my opinion, and I would love to know what you guys think about that down there in the comment section below. Do you guys want another World War II Call of Duty? Perhaps Vietnam, perhaps Korean War? What setting would you guys like a Call of Duty game to be, rather than just modern or futuristic? Let us know about that in the comment section below. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Please drop me a rating. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.